With the BBA coaches with a very, very highly important message today. The old ways of making money, the old ways of becoming a millionaire are completely gone. They're eradicated. They ain't coming back, basically. We're here to talk about the newfound ways of making money, the newfound ways of becoming a millionaire in today's society. All right. I got Coach TJ, Coach Rhonda, and Coach G. What's going on, team?
Hey, what's going on,
Cliff? How you doing, team?
Well,
hey.
All right. So, looking at the topic, what do you guys think of the old ways of making money compared to the newfound ways of making money? Like, what's changed so vastly in the span of a very short period of time to where people are now making money faster than ever, but some people are still stuck in that old mentality? What do you guys say about that?
I think I'll start. First off, thanks for having me on the show, Cliff. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have to say this thing right here. This thing, you can use this thing for good. You can use this thing for bad, right? It's got two use cases. And when I say good, I mean, if you look at the generation today, you look at Gen Z, you look at all the young kids, these kids are making millions from this right here. Right. So you can use this for good, meaning you can make millions, you can make money, you can start a business, you can drop ship, you can do crypto, you can trade, or you can sit on this thing and let this thing make you a zombie, right? And take away the good in you. So I think nowadays, since we have a cell phone, since we have access to internet, and it's so easy to make money from the palm of your hand, I think that's what's changed, to be honest. You know, I mean, you look at the old ways of making money. Most people were putting their money in the stock market. Most people were putting their money in their 401k, which is absolutely atrocious and a ridiculous idea at the moment with how the stock market is just a roller coaster. You look at people like Dave Ramsey, right? People followed this guy, and he used to say, cut up your credit cards and debt is bad. And then you look at somebody like Robert Kiyosaki, who has used debt in his business to amass millions, right? So I think, to be honest, I'm just going to start off by saying technology. Technology is what has allowed people to become entrepreneurs faster than they've ever imagined, right? I mean, you have people like Mr. Beast, who is a billionaire on YouTube. If you haven't heard of Mr. Beast, go Google him. Guy's worth like $5 billion. He did on YouTube, right? So technology is really opening that door to wealth and prosperity, in my eyes.
Absolutely. Mr. Beast is definitely a great example of that, man. And he gives away tons of money. He gives away so much money. He don't own everything. Yeah, if he held how much money he would actually have, but he gives away a lot of money. Which is one of the things I've always believed in. The more you give, the more you receive back in.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Coach Rhonda, what's your thoughts on the old way of making money versus the newfound way of making money in today's society?
Well, I definitely think that technology has changed the game. But on top of that, just the manual labor and things that we're used to doing to make money, it has totally changed the game, where everything is digital, everything is electronic. So if you're not changing your mindset about how money is made, you will get left behind. You will be left behind, and you're probably already behind. Leaving your money in the bank.
Absolutely.
Expecting it to grow. It's not going to grow very, very little if you're just leaving it in these traditional accounts, because things have definitely changed and you should be doing something very much so different. Even like what has brought me what has brought me into crypto is the way that you transfer money. I was saying to myself, because I have family overseas, it's very hard to transfer money overseas to different countries. You pay all type of fees. It takes a long time, all this monitoring. We got to do it differently. And so when I heard about how they can change it very fast, I've moved money so fast with the snap of your fingers and for very little cost. So just examples like that, you will get left behind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Coach G Trade, what's going on? What's your thoughts on this subject?
So the subject of the old way of making money versus the new way of making money, I say that me being in my mid 40s, I've been in both sides. So traditionally, the American dream was to work hard, save your money, buy your house, retire, all that great stuff. The American dream was no longer the American dream. That's changed. The only way that you can really see prosperity is by either being your own bank, owning your own business, or investing. And when it comes to investing, not even the traditional type of investing really is profitable anymore. Not as nearly as much as crypto, especially the crypto futures market. So the old way is what we're used to, which was the comfortable way of just working for someone else, building their dream, and then hoping that you save enough to be wealthy or prosperous on the end. The new way is to use the crypto and use investing to allow yourself to flip the money that you already have by hundreds or by thousands of times to put yourself in a position to where you can be financially free. I'm still going through that transition now, but I've learned so much, from my time with you and from my time with all you guys, to where it's really not that big of a mystery. It's just knowing what to do and the right time to do it. But the new way of making money is so much less laborious than the old way of making money. Because you can go out there and bust your ass for somebody, excuse my language, but you can go out there and work your ass off for somebody for 35 years, 25 years, and have pennies to show for it. In the new way of making money, you can literally put in a couple of $100s and turn that into thousands in 10 minutes. So to me, it's a no-brainer. New way of making money is much, much more profitable than the old way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the thing. Most people are still stuck in that old way of mentality, or the old mentality of way of making money. We all know people who work multiple jobs. I've never once seen someone who works multiple jobs become wealthy. But you see people do the most, sometimes idiotic things and become millionaires overnight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to making money, when it comes down to building wealth, when it comes down to building a network system, a net worth system for your future generations, you have to adopt a forward mentality thinking mindset. You have to always be thinking in a forward direction, So I want to share my screen real quick. I shared it a couple times, but I want to show something that most people don't even know exists. This is the U.S. debt clock. Yes, the U.S. debt clock. And I'm pretty sure all the coaches have already seen this before.
Oh, yeah.
But most people don't even know this exists. I was literally on with a student earlier, and he was like, what in the hell is the U.S. debt clock? And I showed him this screen. I said, this is the running numbers of everything that's going on right now in society. Everything that's going on. I want y'all to notice something. You see this price right here? 36 trillion dollars in total debt. 36.5 trillion. About 5 months ago, that was 34 trillion. Our debt are steadily rising. This country, everything is going up, but what? Wages.
Right. That's crazy.
Everything is being squeezed. Everything is being squeezed, but wages. Think about this. In order for a family of 5, and a lot of people don't know this, but in order for a family of 5 to survive and live comfortably, a family of 5 could live comfortably on $56,000 annually. Take a wild guess what that price point is today.
230.
Before you even ask the question, before you answer the question, what is the number one goal for most people in America? What's the number one goal to reach annually for a person to think they're living comfortably? Most people will say 6 figures, $100,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was always the number that was being pushed the most.
Yep.
$100,000 a year for you to be comfortable. Most people will even think they're even some form of wealthy if they make $100K a year. Do you know now it takes $221,000 with no debt, meaning you can't have student loans, you can't have a car, you can't have a house, no debt, virtually no debt. $221,000 annually for you to be considered upper middle class.
Times have changed.
That's for a family of 5. So with that alone, $100,000 is nothing. You know, middle class now used to go from 74,000 all the way up to anywhere roughly around 300,000 for you to be considered middle class. Anything above 300,000, you automatically pushed into the upper class motion. Now that range has gone to $1 million annually, is now considered upper middle class. You see how the debt has affected everything and is squeezing everything in our society today. So your money is not stretching as long as it did 30 years ago. Hell, not even 10 years ago. So when money changes, when the way we flow and the way money flows changes, the way you think about money also has to do what? Change. But what do most people do? They stay in that uncomfortable, oppressed financial state. And yes, I did say financial oppression because that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Think about it. Definition of somebody being oppressed is something that's holding you down from getting to a certain plateau. What's the number one? Finance. Do y'all agree with that? The number one way people are being held down today is their financial. Look at this. The debt per citizen is 107. $107,000 per citizen.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I love about numbers is numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. That's why I show so many numbers, because numbers don't lie. That's why we show profit screens in the Blockchain Bro Academy, because profit screens don't lie.
Nope, they don't.
That's why they show you numbers when you don't pay your rent or you don't pay your mortgage. Lie. So looking at the numbers, and you can see this thing is not going down, it's steadily growing. Hundreds of thousands of dollars per second. What should the average person be doing right now? I want each coach to answer that question.
Well,
in your humble opinion.
Well, I think from the education that I've received and what I've learned from you, and just what I've seen in the economic ecosystem, is don't save money. Saving money is the worst thing that you can do, because that dollar, those dollar bills that they're printing every single day, and they're going to be printing more, right? The Federal Reserve is just an evil cabal that's not even federal. It was created by a bunch of greedy bankers back during the time of the Titanic on a small island called Jekyll Island. And it was basically created for the rich to stay rich. So don't save your money. As Robert Kiyosaki says, it's toilet paper, right? It's paper designed to keep the poor, and the wealthy. So you need to invest in assets, right? Assets, cross-border assets, as Cliff likes to say. So cryptocurrency, stocks, invest in technology, AI, precious metals. You need to be putting your money somewhere where that money is going to grow, right? Somewhere where that money is going to have life breathed into it, not be on life support, which is what the dollar is. It's on life support. So the old way of saving your money, the parents used to tell you, save your money. And as George said, get a good job, retire on 40% of your income. That's dinosaurs. That's extinct. You got to put your money into assets, hard assets, gold, silver, copper, palladium, everything that you can get that will help your money grow. Cryptocurrency, futures trading, which is what we teach at the BBA, the most lucrative way to get into the market. George is saying you can put $100 in there and turn it into thousands. Put your money somewhere where it's going to work for you, not where it's going to die.
Right.
And if you put it in the bank, you just got to get out of banks, because banks are also on life support, believe it or not. With the rise of XRP and ISO 2022, we may not recognize how the banking systems work in the future, because everything is going to change. So invest in assets, invest in something that's going to make your money work for you, or make your money work for more money. In essence, works for you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Investing into avenues like precious metals. This is a platinum coin. Right here, this one coin right here, I can store, is worth $923. You can store this and actually be able to convert this over into fiat currency. Cryptocurrency, gold, international real estate. Those are all currencies that you should be diving into to offset what's going on with the inflation rate.
Right.
All right. It's all about making your money work hard for you. Right. And allowing your money to build generational wealth for you. But most people, you have to get out of that mentality first. You have to get out of that that financial oppression that we call the United States dollar bill.
Another thing I want to say is, even if you're not heavy in the crypto market just yet and you're still learning, it's even beneficial to just store your direct deposits on an avenue such as, I know Coinbase ain't number one, but I would say even just starting out, because you get so many benefits and stuff just from that alone. Putting it somewhere like that rather than your Bank of America's or rather than your Chases or those traditional banks. Even if you don't really know a lot about crypto, you can at least dip your toe into it with just putting 50% of your check into a Coinbase direct deposit rather than the traditional, because you'll see whenever you use something like your Coinbase card or something of that sort, you'll get more benefits for spending money from there than you will from just leaving it in your bank. You're doing the same thing, it's just a different place, and so to me, it makes more sense to at least start migrating in that direction to get away from the traditional banks as you learn more and you learn more about the staking and DeFi and all of these different type of opportunities to make more money. You can at least start saving your money in a spot where it's going to generate more income or generate more interest, more return on your investment.
Absolutely. Coach Ronnie, you want to add to that?
Yeah, so I think something that may not have been said is also looking into businesses that are going to be booming moving forward. So we talked about AI, but looking at some of the ways that you can use AI to start a business now to make money on your own so that you're not dependent on other people. Even the way of like affiliate marketing and different things like that, you can build up a business to make major money, and that's stepping out of the box and not dependent on someone else to make that money and doing all the other things that everybody was saying about investing what you make. So just making sure that you're staying in the loop and progressing with time and learning different skills that will help you to support your family and build wealth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And on top of that, just diving into the right opportunities and diving into the right education. Absolutely. There are tons of different ways for you to make money in multiple different spaces.
Man, it's a whole different world out there. I mean, the crypto space is not just Bitcoin. It's not just Ethereum. It's not just those ones you hear about all the time. There is a whole world out there for people that are listening that you don't even realize just how large and how vast this digital currency side of the world is, beyond just those things that you hear about on TV. You really need to just at least go out there and do some reading and just Google. Google's your friend. And start looking up, you Googling YouTube just to see what's out there, because you will be absolutely blown away by how much there is out there when it comes to your digital real estate, your metaverse, I mean, quantum computing, AI, all these different things. It's a whole new world out there. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we got opportunities for you here at the Blockchain Bureau Academy. We got a 6-week group course getting ready to start up in a few weeks. This last group course we did was amazing, man. The BBA coaches blew it out the water. We got 2 coaches on now that will be teaching the next group course. All right. With that being said, hey, diving into the education is the number one way you can actually build wealth in this space as well, too. So, hey, I want to jump on real quick to talk about the new ways of building money versus the old ways, and how you could actually potentially get directly into the new frequency we call the new wave. All right. So I want to thank every single one of you BBA coaches for jumping on. Hey, like I said, the next course starts in 6 weeks. Let's get it, team. Peace.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, Cliff.
No problem. Peace.